Hey guys, this is Sebastian from Zignify, and you know what? It is the first video for us in November, and you may see we're participating. We're in November, and you know what? I'm very, very happy to have another mustache wearer here. And welcome Andy, or Andy, of course, in English, from BidX. Andy, give us a bit of an introduction. What is it that you do? I mean, lots of our people, of course, know who is BidX. What are you doing in BidX? How long are you there, and what are we going to talk about today?
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, thanks for having me today. It's a pleasure. Looking forward to our chat that we will have today. As you already mentioned, my name is Andy. I'm responsible for the account management team here at BidX. We care about different agencies that we have as clients, corporates, and stuff like that. If you come to a certain size, you will have your personal contact person in our company, and this is where the account management team kicks in. And yeah, I'm with BidX since 4 years, roundabout something like that now. Yeah, that's basically it from my side.
Fantastic, awesome. And you're wearing a mustache, but you told me you're wearing a mustache or a beard, a goatee all the time, not only for November, no?
Yeah, not only for November, but I totally appreciating that you do it for a reason, and I guess that this is also a good reason.
Well, I do hope so. For the ones who don't know what Movember is, I mean, Mo obviously coming from the word mustache. And guys, you know what? No, sorry, I do not like to wear this, especially when it grows longer. You know, when it gets out of range, it's getting out of control. The reason why I'm doing this, I shaved everything else off, is just in November. It is a month. I mean, Movember.com, I think, is it 15 years ago or close to, I don't even know how many years it is. But they started a kind of a cult in November where, you know, guys let themselves grow a mustache and just wear a mustache in order to raise awareness for your man's health. I mean, prostate cancer and anything else you may as a guy have. And I think what they have reached so far is about more than $500 million in raisings through funds. And this is, I mean, fantastic. So yes, I'm okay with looking like an idiot who has like a mustache growing out of control, but you know, it's for the awareness. So guys, let's stay together. Let's stick together. We can fight those diseases in any way. Andy, thanks again for being here, of course, in BidX. And I think right now, you know, it's the beginning of November. Q4 is right here, and that's where we thought, why not sharing something about sponsored campaigns, about what is so important in Q4. And well, right over to you. Why is Q4, first of all, so important, and why are campaigns and biddings so important for Amazon sellers, Andy?
Yeah, absolutely. Good question. Kind of a basic question for Q4. But Q4 itself is, I would say, the most important time in e-commerce, of course, as you may have all heard. Of course, we have Christmas season, but not only that, we also have Black Friday, we have the Cyber Monday week and all kinds of stuff. We also had the Prime Day Fall first time this year, which was also Q4. I think Amazon will provide something like that or offer some kind of event day next year again. So Q4 was always very important and will be very important in the future. And since we see more traffic in those months when it comes to the Christmas period, we also see more competition in terms of PPC bids, the amount of sellers that raise their budgets in that time period. And if you don't do it, you will get problems getting those impressions, getting those clicks, which should lead to the sales. So it's very important to react and adjust your campaigns accordingly.
Fantastic, exactly. I mean, you will have a lot more competition. You also have a lot more purchases. I mean, people are going shopping, not only for the special events like the Black Friday and whatever else other events are now independently of Amazon are coming out. But I mean, yes, Christmas, it's the shopping paradise for all of the sellers, of course. But just like I said, of course, people are going to raise their spendings. But how do you see, the ad spending, the advertising budgets in general changing? What kind of strategies are changing? Do you see any different behavior in the sellers? What should they be, or the other sellers, of course, be aware of and adjust in their own PPC campaigns?
Yeah, I guess because of the increasing traffic as well as the increasing competition, you need to react with your campaigns as well. So you have to increase a little bit You have to increase the bids a little bit from time to time in certain campaigns when you want to get like a part of the cake in this Q4 in this Christmas period. And if you don't do that, like the people will not see your products when it comes to Christmas shopping and buying gifts and stuff like that. So you have to react. And I think it's very important to analyze the performance data right now and then see where it makes the most sense to, for example, increase bids, because I don't think it makes a lot of sense to increase by 100 or 200% for all campaigns, for all keywords, but just have a look into the campaigns, see if there is some room, if you have keywords with a lot of impressions and you want to push that because it leads to gift purchases, for example, then I would attack right that and increase the bids accordingly in those campaigns for those.
Is there like any best strategy to follow?
I don't think there is this kind of magic where I say, okay, you need to look at the broad campaign and then the keyword with the most impressions, just increase the bid by 100%. I think it's the better idea to really check the performance data individually, and then maybe use advertising formats that you haven't used in the past. For example, what I like to recommend each and every time is sponsored brand video, especially when it comes to buying gifts or people buying gifts. They want to see the quality of the products because they want to they don't want to buy presents for the beloved ones if the product isn't good. And the sponsored brand video gives you the chance to show the product in the best way you can, show like how good the packaging is looking like, show how like good of a quality the product is. And this is a very nice way to boost the sales in Q4. Just use video ads and all the things Amazon offers you to show the product itself in the best way you can.
I mean, one of the things that you can actually also do, and that's what I'm trying, of course, to put around as well, especially when it comes to display ads or brand ads, and you can use a video or you use images for it. I mean, put like a red ribbon around it, or put to your logo, put like a Christmas hat on it, get something more into the spirit of the season. And I guess people, if you see an ad that's specifically written for Christmas, people was like, oh, wow, yeah, I mean, okay, it's early November. But if you look at that, we have all the Christmas calendars, already in August, you find them into the stores. But I think right now could be a great idea. Just adjust all the images, adjust your videos, put a little bit of Christmas hat or jingle balls in there whatsoever. People will get into the spirit and they start buying. My sense.
Absolutely. So if you also had a look into brand analytics over the last weeks and days, you've seen that in the beginning of October, for example, Advent calendar was the most search term on Amazon. Then
in October already.
Yeah, in October, in the beginning of October already, and then in the end of October, it was like Halloween decoration and stuff like that. But right after the 31st of October, it switched back to Advent calendar. So you see like how early the season really starts.
Wow, I'm such a horrible shopper, I have to say. Usually I'm getting the Christmas calendar and Advent calendar, like 3 days late. So on the 3rd or on the 4th, I'm getting one's like, oh shoot, should I get some from my better half?
I feel you.
People start the top one search term, no, not the top one search term keyword, but what was it? One of the top search keywords was Advent calendar.
Yeah, it is. In fact, it is right now again. So it is the most search term on Amazon right now, and it was in that position as well in the mid of October already. So
all over Amazon.
Yes.
Wow. All right. I think I'll bring out an Advent calendar next year. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I mean, obviously, there's also so many insights, I guess, that with BidX or BidX can help, I guess, on the other hand, finding out. I'm really surprised to say Advent calendar in October already being #1. I think people, if they hear that right now, is like everybody's going to make an Advent calendar next year. Because I don't believe that there are so many different ones out there.
There are. You have to check that. You have like millions.
For sure, there are a lot of them. But if it's October keyword #1, I mean, they must sell crazy amounts each one of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Okay. Talking about selling crazy amounts of that, what about scaling it? I mean, if you have your campaigns right now and you see that you're running it the normal way throughout the year, now Christmas is coming or Q4 is coming, do you have any strategies or any suggestions how to scale it and how to maybe prepare any other ads for the final quarter?
Yeah, absolutely. So Over the year, I think it's very important to analyze your ads on a regular basis, to check the bids, to check the keywords, if they are logically correct, if you like increase budgets and bids, for example, because you have a low ACoS, or decrease bids because the ACoS is a little bit too high. When it comes to Q4 and, for example, the beginning of October, I'm a big fan of not only looking at the performance KPIs, but also maybe thinking about increasing bids and budgets a little bit to gain this visibility that you need to boost your organic rankings up a little bit, to participate in this Q4 spike in sales in general. So it's very important to not only optimize the campaigns towards a, let's say, target ACoS, but also maybe target impressions that you want to reach compared to last year. To say, okay, I want to gain more visibility this year because I have not participated in the way that I have imagined last year. So I want to do better this year. So I do not only look at the ACoS, but also look at the impressions. And if I want to have an impression goal, I need to increase bids and budgets a little bit for some campaigns where I do have the feeling it will have an impact. And also, if we are talking about like this brand ads that you have talked before, so sponsor brands and sponsor display ads, I think also a very important and very good way to scale the sales in Q4 is also sponsored display, because then you can use retargeting, you can like show the product again to people that have searched for something like that, and then they will
probably starting to search for presents for the first ideas in October, and then they may forget about it, but then they get it in November and say, oh yeah, I've seen that before, maybe I should buy it again. Do you see an increase in retargeting ads conversion rate in Q4?
Absolutely. And this is why retargeting makes the most sense in Q4, because conversion rates are in general a little bit higher in Q4, because people are more likely to buy the product. Over the year, we see a lot of people that are just like surfing on Amazon, looking for products, checking the possibilities, if there are products that are in like basically interesting, but there is no buying intention or something like that. In Q4, we see the conversion or the average conversion rate in general rising. And this is a very good sign. And this is the best thing you can see if you want to use retargeting.
Nice. That's really good to see. All right. That's, I think, a very, 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 very useful hint. Look into retargeting, especially in Q4.
Yeah.
Another question that actually came to my mind just right now in between. Do you actually, I may run over your thoughts right now. Do you actually have any impression or anything to share, or maybe you can later share this with us? Can we see how are the purchases split over whatever positions? I mean, if you're looking at desktop, we still have, the top 4 numbers, they're always ads. And I mean, most of the customers, either they don't know, or secondly, they really don't care that those are sponsored. They think it's number 1. So number 1 is like the main purchase. Do you have like a percentage? Can you see that? Do you have it from the top of your mind of what's the percentage of the top of search ad placements?
You mean in terms of the percentage of sales that are coming from the top of search placements?
Yeah. Or clicks would also be very interesting, of course.
Yeah.
And the first thing you should achieve is probably a higher click-through rate, and then you would focus on better conversion rate.
Yeah, we have not analyzed that in detail, but if you ask me personally, I would say we are talking about, and this is a very important thing. I think you can say a general number right now, and what I want you to say is something like maybe 60%, but it totally depends on the price range you are selling the products in. Because the higher the price of a product, the more the potential buyer will compare different products to one another.
Of course.
So he will scroll down, he will maybe go to page 2, page 3.
Right.
So if we're talking about TVs and laptops, the top of search placements aren't as important as, for example, for a garlic press, where there is not that USP. We have the same price range in general for a lot of products. And all looking kind of the same, and then there will not be that kind of comparison of the buyer. So it totally depends on the price range, but it's very important to gain those top of search placements to get conversions as well, because we see a lot of buyers that are not comparing a lot and just looking at the top 4. And if we are also calculating the sponsor brand in, we have 3 products in the sponsor brand and then 4 for sponsor products. So it may be only the 8th product that will be shown organically.
Yeah, I have what I see with one of my competitors and one of my brands as well. For some of the products, I'm being quite aggressive right now with advertising. For the simple reason is also, I mean, the product opportunity explorer. I just dug a little bit deeper into it, and I think it's an awesome tool, really, what you can find out there. And I can see that one of my top competitors, he's getting 40% of the clicks, even though there are like 40 or 50 competitors with a very similar product. He's getting 40% of the clicks, and I was like, what? Unbelievable. I mean, where does he get this from? Is he always number one, you know, in the sponsored ads? 40% of the clicks is massive. I mean, he does something not so great in his images, or great pattern break, which I'm not allowed to because Amazon always blocks my main images. But yeah, pattern break. Besides that, of course, make sure you get great main images.
Yeah,
that stand out among the other ones.
totally agree.
Andy, BidX, how can you help right now? Maybe still. I mean, it's the beginning of November, but if people come to you, what can BidX still do and help, especially for Q4?
When it comes to scaling the ads, we have some very nice features to help you. For example, we do offer a boost function where you can boost your campaigns with just one click. You can define by which percentage, for example, click on the button, for example, 100%, and the bids and budgets will be increased automatically. You can combine that with our scheduling function. So, for example, you can say, okay, my main period will start in, like, let's say on the 5th of December and will go up to the, let's say, 15th of December. And then you can also schedule those boosts that you make sure that your campaigns will be boosted on the 5th of December, and back to the normal bids and budgets mid of December. And what we also offer, we do not only have this kind of autopilot automation, we also do offer individual rules, and those could make sense if you want to have a little bit more individual approach but with scaling your ads. And you can, for example, define that the tool should look at all the keywords that have a certain click-through rate combined with a certain conversion rate combined with, let's say, minimum threshold. And then I want to increase exactly those keywords and not the whole campaign.
Nice. Love it. Sounds really, really good. Andy, thanks a lot for being here. I think let's just finish it, keep it a little bit shorter. But yeah, I'd be happy. How to find you? I guess just Google BidX.
Yeah, if you Google BidX, you will also most certainly find me. But yeah, just Google BidX. That's the easiest way, and you will definitely find us.
Fantastic. Andy, thanks for being here. We'll talk soon.
Great.
Good luck with Q4.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Later.